Don't buy a franchise if you're not going to follow the plan. Just don't do it. So, what are you saying, Kim? People buy a franchise and then they don't follow the plan? Sadly, that's exactly what I'm saying. And really, it is the number one mistake that a franchisee can make. The number one reason that franchise businesses fail is because people don't follow the system. And this is exactly why I wanted to make this video. To help you, if you're thinking about investing in a franchise, get really clear about what is going to matter the most to your success. When you are exploring a franchise, you also have to be asking yourself, do I believe in the leadership of this organization? Do I believe in their systems and tools? Have I validated with enough franchisees that I feel comfortable with their validation of these systems and tools, that I can go out and execute these systems and tools to create the result? I think some people are just too entrepreneurial to be franchisees. It's in their nature to want to create or reinvent the wheel. But here in franchising, this is all about following what's already been created by somebody else. In a really experienced franchise, they're going to have history and data to prove that their method of doing it works. If you want to question that, question it during your due diligence. Once you've said yes to the franchise, it's now time to surrender and follow their lead. Many times, once a candidate signs a franchise agreement and they've put their money into the business, their emotions get intensified. Most people who start franchise businesses, it's their first time owning a business. So they don't even know what they don't know. And there's all kinds of feelings of insecurity. And I think that when we feel insecure and we have a little bit of fear in us, the natural tendency is to want to control and try to do what you think is best versus what the franchisor thinks is best. That's just one reason among many reasons, I think, why people may end up not following the franchisor's lead. If early into ramping up their business, they hit a snafu, they trip a little bit, and the franchisor is making suggestions and the suggestions are not working, some trust may be lost, right? And it could simply be that it's more in the execution by the franchisee and the learning curve of the franchisee that's going to get them past that than anything that anybody can tell them to do. But again, when your money is on the line, your emotions are intense, people tend to react too quickly rather than thinking creatively and outside of the box. And these things can lead people to wanting to do it their own way versus following the franchisor's lead. One of the most important things that you can do when you say yes to a franchise is to check your ego at the door. To come in humble and coachable and willing to do every single thing the franchisor tells you to do, not questioning it until you have your own learning curve and experience, until you've built a profitable business. But by then, if you've used their systems and it's worked and built a profitable business, you're probably not going to want to go back and change it and try to do it your own way. This is one of the reasons that I encourage people not to buy a franchise where they know something about how that business works. It's very counterintuitive, trust me. Candidates question me on this all the time. But the more you know how something should be done before you say yes to the franchise, and let's say that the franchisor's way of doing it is different from the way that you would do it, how likely are you to be coachable? Probably not very likely, right? And that could actually hurt you and lead to your own demise. So that's one of the reasons that I really encourage people to buy a franchise that they know nothing about. Because if you know nothing about it going in, then you're going to be 100% coachable and try to do things the way the franchisor suggests. This whole conversation reminds me of when I was a personal trainer in the gym. A client would come in and pay me to put together an effective workout that would help them reach their goals in a certain amount of time. I could have the best equipment in the world in my gym. I could have the most effective workout plan, but I still couldn't control their success. Only they could, right? They had to show up. They had to push themselves. They had to be disciplined. They had to be consistent, focused. I couldn't control what they were doing in the 23 hours that they weren't in the gym. So ultimately, how effective my workout plan was for that client was based on what they did with my workout. Why would somebody pay a personal trainer and then still come in and work out their own way? That's exactly what franchisees do when they pay the franchisor and then they want to go do it their own way. If you want to be a successful franchise owner, find a franchise system where you respect the leadership team, where you buy into the way that they're doing it. Check your ego at the door and follow their lead. 19 years I have been a consultant with a company called FranChoice. I haven't always agreed with every decision that our leadership team has made, but the one thing I am 100% sure of is every time they make a decision, they have me on their mind. They're thinking, if I can increase the opportunity for Kim Daly, then I can increase the opportunity for me. And your job during your due diligence is to find a franchisor partner that you believe has that exact same mentality. That every decision that they are making is in your best interest. That it will ultimately benefit you, and then because of that, it will benefit them. That is a true franchisee-franchisor partnership. That is what franchising is all about. It certainly doesn't mean that you can't question the franchisor, that you can't bring ideas to the franchisor, especially once you're proven and established as a franchise business owner. I mean, look, a franchise business is not a stagnant thing. It's growing and changing. How do franchises grow and change? They grow and change from feedback from their franchisees. This conversation is really about, in the beginning of owning a business, that you come in not guns blazing, ready to take over and do it your way, but that you come in ready to be led by the franchisor, to follow the proven system that you've just paid for, to take the advice that they offer to you, to ask for advice when you need it, and then once you're established, if there is an opportunity for you to provide feedback, to do it then. My network is extensive. I know the franchisors that have really strong systems. If you are ready to begin your journey into exploring franchising, to find the system that you can follow, leave a comment below or reach directly out to the Daily Coach. And if you liked this video and want to see more just like it, don't forget to like and subscribe.